So apparently my 3-year relationship ended not with a fight, not with cheating, not even with a dramatic slammed door, but with my boyfriend rating me a solid 4 on a good day to his drunk buddies on TikTok. Let me back up. Derek and I had been together since I was 21. He was the guy who unclogged my garbage disposal on our first hangout, and my dumbass thought that was husband material. Spoiler, it wasn't. The man peaked at plumbing. For 3 years, it was fine. Netflix docs on Thursdays, his mom's house every other Sunday, camping trips with friends in the summer. He remembered my birthday, asked about my day, and compared to my last boyfriend, who thought emotional labor was a childbirth thing, Derek looked like Prince freaking charming. My standards were so low a cockroach could limbo under them. Fast forward to a random Tuesday. I'm eating my sad desk salad when my friend Amara texts me a TikTok link with the words, "Call me now." This woman once described her apartment flooding as a slight issue, so I knew this was DEFCON 1. I click the link, and there's Derek, live from Throwbacks, aka that sticky dive bar where the Budweiser sign flickers every 7 seconds. He's 6 beers deep, arm around his buddy Xavier, when someone off camera asks, "So rate your girlfriend, bro." And my sweet, loving, garbage disposal fixing boyfriend smirks like he's about to drop his tight 5 at an open mic and goes, "Eliana. Honestly, probably the most hideous girl I've ever been with. Like a 4, on a good day. But hey, she makes good enchiladas and doesn't complain when I go out with the boys, so low maintenance, you know. Thinking about upgrading soon anyway. Too much baggage. Cue the crowd, savage. Cue me, dead inside." This man had literally been at my apartment 12 hours earlier, eating pasta I cooked and kissing me goodnight with a "love you, babe." Meanwhile, his plan B was apparently upgrade to hotter girlfriend like I was a cell phone contract. The TikTok had 177,000 views by lunchtime. People I hadn't talked to since high school were suddenly in my DMs like, "Hey girl, saw your man clown you online, you good? Thanks Jessica, maybe check in before my public execution next time." So what did I do? I didn't cry, didn't scream, didn't confront him. Nope. I grabbed a $47 Target duffel bag, packed essentials, and staged a one-woman disappearing act like I was auditioning for Gone Girl 2, Discount Edition. Blocked him on everything, told only my mom where I was, and camped at Amara's with Boxed Rose and Love Island. Meanwhile, Derek went into full meltdown mode. Normal texts on day 1, "Hey what's for dinner," escalating to 37 missed calls by day 7, vague, "biggest mistake of my life," Instagram stories, and finally showing up at my apartment like some raccoon squatter, unshaven, sleep-deprived, crying on my welcome mat. When I opened the door, he literally collapsed to his knees like a medieval peasant begging for bread. "Eliana please, I was drunk, the guys pressured me, you're not hideous, I love you." And me? I just stepped over him like he was a forgotten Amazon package. Got my mail. Drove away. It's been 8 days, 4 hours, and 22 minutes since I saw that video. And in that time, I've realized, I wasn't Derek's girlfriend. I was Derek's placeholder until something shinier walked by. But here's the kicker, a small, stupid part of me still misses him. Not the man, not the insults, not the TikTok humiliation, but the routine. The "love you, babe" lies I believed. And that's the part that really messes with you. Anyway, stay tuned. Because apparently this dumpster fire is still burning, and Derek hasn't figured out that ghosting him is my Olympic sport now. So apparently Derek's midlife crisis came early, at 26, because the man decided to go full Nicholas Sparks at exactly 9:17 p.m. on a Thursday. Amara and I were mid-gossip, drinking wine like feral ants at a baby shower, when her doorbell rang. We froze. It felt like the moment in a true crime documentary right before the ominous piano music starts. Through the peephole. Derek. holding the saddest bunch of grocery store carnations I've ever seen. Like, "We regret to inform you your fish has died" energy. Amara, bless her, went full mama bear. She cracked the door just wide enough to block me from view and told him I wasn't there. Meanwhile, I'm crouched behind the couch like a fugitive who forgot her wig disguise. I could hear his voice crack as he begged, hadn't slept in days, lost 7 pounds, would do anything to fix this. The man sounded like a dog begging for table scraps. Finally, Amara got him to leave, but not before he slipped an 8-page handwritten letter under the door. Front and back. Tear stains included. Because apparently Derek thinks he's auditioning for The Notebook 2, Gaslight Boogaloo. I'll admit, I read it twice. Curiosity is stronger than therapy, fight me. It had everything: I was drunk, the guys pressured me, bad day at work, basically deflection bingo. But then one line got me. He wrote, "I said those horrible things because I'm insecure and afraid you'll realize you're too good for me." And for about 20 minutes I actually considered calling him. That's how messed up my brain was. Like, this man publicly rated me a 4 on TikTok, and here I was pitying him because he hadn't eaten carbs in a week. Thankfully, Amara's Wi-Fi crashed, shout out to Xfinity for saving lives, and instead of calling Derek, we ended up scrolling my camera roll. That's when I had my first real epiphany. In literally every picture of us from the last year, I'm smiling at him like an idiot in a rom-com, and he's either staring at his phone, mugging for the camera, or looking at anything but me. Not one picture where he looked at me the way I looked at him. It was like discovering my relationship had been sponsored by red flags and I just ignored the fine print. Friday morning, my brother Miguel called. Apparently Derek had shown up at his apartment at 7 a.m. Miguel, being the overprotective sibling who once threatened to accidentally run over my high school ex, told him that if he came back again, they'd be having a different kind of conversation. Translation: someone was about to catch hands in a parking lot. By this point, Derek's attempts weren't romantic, they were suffocating. So I did something I'd been avoiding. I sent the text. "I need space. Please stop contacting me, my friends, and my family. I'll reach out if and when I'm ready." Sent it at 10:22 a.m. Turned my phone off for 3 hours because my nervous system couldn't handle the incoming essay. And sure enough, when I turned it back on, 5 paragraphs. "I respect your boundaries, I'll wait forever." Followed immediately by 3 more texts asking if forever could end by next week over coffee. Sir. That's not respecting boundaries, that's a loophole hunt. The weekend was actually peaceful. Amara's roommate was out, so we ordered takeout, did face masks, and watched all 3 Magic Mike movies. For the plot, obviously. I even went 24 hours without checking my phone. Felt like I'd been baptized in rose. But then Sunday night, Derek posted a public apology video. 4 minutes and 27 seconds of him crying in his car, telling Instagram how sorry he was for hurting the most beautiful person inside and out that he's ever known. Tagged me in it and everything. The comments section. A war zone. Half, king for accountability, barf, half, bro stop making this about you. And of course, his buddy Xavier chimed in with, stay strong bro. Like Derek was the victim of his own mouth. By Monday, I decided hiding wasn't sustainable. Amara's hot water heater was busted and cold February showers aren't character building, they're torture. So I packed my duffel and went back to my apartment. That's when I found them. Post-it notes. Everywhere. On the mirror, I miss your smile. On the fridge, remember our first dinner here? On the TV, our Netflix queue misses you. On the bedside table, I can't sleep without you. Turns out Derek still had the spare key. He'd been in my apartment while I was gone. My skin crawled. I tore through closets and under the bed like I was in a horror movie, half expecting him to pop out holding more carnations. Thankfully, he wasn't. But the violation? Ugh. I called my landlord immediately and had the locks changed. Then I ripped up every post-it into confetti like I was hosting my own petty little parade. Cathartic as hell. By Tuesday morning, I was almost zen again. Until there was a knock on my door. Heart attack. Yes. Derek? No. It was Xavier. The same Xavier who laughed in that TikTok. The man looked like he'd been forced into witness protection, shuffling on my doorstep, telling me Derek was in a really bad place and just needed 5 minutes. I asked Xavier if he remembered laughing while my boyfriend humiliated me online. He mumbled something about being drunk and, guys just talk like that sometimes. Nah. I don't want to be with someone who trashes me to his friends, sober or drunk. I don't want to wonder what's being said about me when I'm not in the room. So I shut the door. That night, I unfollowed Derek everywhere, boxed up his hoodie and Xbox controller, ordered dinner from the restaurant he always complained was too spicy, he was weak, and binge-watched The Last of Us. Then I used the fancy bath bomb my mom gave me for Christmas. Self-care queen unlocked. And just when I thought the day was done, my phone lit up with a text from an unknown number. Derek, obviously. Please don't block this number. I just need to know one thing, did those 3 years mean anything to you? Because they were everything to me. I stared at it for a long time. 3 years of inside jokes and family holidays, but also 3 years of backhanded jokes at my expense, walking on eggshells around his moods, shrinking myself to make him comfortable. I didn't reply. Just blocked it and went to sleep. And here's the kicker, the next morning, I saw Derek's Instagram profile picture had changed, to a photo of us. My head on his shoulder, smiling like I was in a toothpaste commercial. I know it shouldn't matter. I know it's just pixels on an app. But somehow, it still hit me. Anyway, fast forward to Target, my emotional support store. I was picking out new sheets, goodbye gray ones Derek loved, hello terracotta, when I noticed a woman staring at me. She walked over and said, "Are you the girl from Derek's TikTok?" I wanted the earth to open up and swallow me whole. Turns out she had been one of the trolls who left a mean comment, but after Derek's apology, she had a redemption arc and decided to deliver it to me in the bedding aisle. So while she found her morality between the duvet covers, I was stuck clutching my terracotta sheets, realizing my breakup had officially gone viral enough to be recognized at Target. Kill me. So after a month of emotional whiplash, hair transformations, kickboxing-induced spaghetti arms, and Derek playing his sad boy victim arc harder than a teenage pop star, I found myself nervously pacing around a Starbucks like I was about to negotiate a hostage situation. Context: Xavier, yes, that Xavier, the one who laughed the loudest in the TikTok, texted me that he had proof Derek planned the whole thing. Not a drunken slip, not peer pressure, premeditated public humiliation. Like some kind of Dollar Tree Machiavelli with a ring light. Miguel, my human pit bull of a brother, insisted on coming along. He parked himself 3 tables away with his Switch, looking like he was casually playing Mario Kart but absolutely ready to body slam Derek if he appeared. Tanya came too, sipping her iced chai and side-eyeing everyone like my personal FBI detail. Enter Xavier. Sweaty, jittery, clearly not built for espionage. He ordered an oat milk latte that took way too long to arrive, which gave me 5 solid minutes of regretting every life choice that led me to this Target brand true crime documentary. Finally, he sat down. Opened with, I can't keep covering for him anymore. I need you to know the truth. Apparently, Derek had been bragging weeks before the TikTok. Not just to Xavier, to the entire friend group. He said he wanted to go viral by doing something ballsy, something that would get people talking. And what better way than to humiliate his girlfriend in front of millions? According to Xavier, Derek literally rehearsed it. He'd shown his buddies the exact question he planned to ask on camera. The goal? Shock value. The words shock value actually came out of Xavier's mouth, and I swear I felt my soul leave my body and slam the exit door on its way out. But wait, it gets worse. Derek had apparently also made a bet. A literal bet. $50 with Franklin, yeah, the friend who posted that TikTok apology last week, that I wouldn't leave him even after he embarrassed me. Because Eliana's loyal like that. I sat there in Starbucks, clutching my sad little iced coffee like it was holy water, while Xavier shoved his phone across the table. And there it was, screenshots. Texts from Derek in their group chat. Watch this blow up, I'll be trending by tomorrow. She won't go anywhere, she loves me too much. Free publicity for the engagement, boys. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to flip a table like I was on Real Housewives, Betrayal Edition. Because all this time, I'd been mourning a relationship I thought imploded from immaturity and alcohol, turns out it was content strategy. I asked Xavier why he was telling me now, after weeks of watching me unravel publicly. He looked down at his latte like it had the answers and said, because Franklin's video made me realize we enabled him too long. And because, you didn't deserve any of this. Do I trust him? Hell no. But the receipts were there. And the worst part? Some sick, tiny part of me wasn't even surprised. Deep down, I think I always knew Derek cared more about his ego than about me. This just confirmed it. Miguel saw my face, put his switch down, and immediately muttered, "I'm gonna kill him." Don't worry, FBI agents reading this, Miguel is all bark, mostly. Tanya put her hand on mine and whispered, "Don't let this become your burden. This is his circus, his monkeys." But here's the thing, I suddenly wasn't sad anymore. Or even anxious. I was furious. Like, volcanic level, burn the bridge and salt the earth so nothing grows back, furious. For weeks, I'd been asking myself what was real, if Derek ever loved me, if the relationship meant anything, if the person I thought I knew even existed. And now? Now I know the answer, it didn't matter. Because he saw me as content. As a prop. As a damn punchline. So I thanked Xavier for showing me the receipts, told him not to expect redemption just because he finally grew a conscience, and left. Outside, Miguel offered to accidentally leak Derek's texts on Twitter. Tempting, but I told him no, for now. Instead, I went home, pulled out the box of Derek's leftovers, hoodie, controller, the ring that now looks like a party favor, and dumped it all in a trash bag. Not a dramatic return it to him gesture. Not a ship it back moment. Straight to the dumpster. Goodbye and good riddance. Then I opened Hinge. Because if my humiliation can go viral, then so can my glow up. My new profile pic. Fresh haircut, terracotta sheets in the background, holding a cocktail with a caption, "Not looking for a project." Because if Derek taught me anything, it's this: I may be the girl from the TikTok, but I'm also the girl who walked away. Let's rewind to Saturday, 2:03 p.m., Starbucks. Xavier's in the corner, nervously shredding napkins like he's auditioning for a paper confetti factory. Miguel is stationed near the door with sunglasses indoors, because subtlety has never been his strong suit, looking like an off-brand Secret Service agent. Xavier looks rough. Not dumped me on TikTok rough, but definitely I've slept in the same shirt for 3 days rough. After 17 rounds of "I'm so sorry," Xavier finally slides his phone across the table. Boom. WhatsApp receipts. A group chat called Weekend Warriors where Derek and his bros had been scheming my breakup like it was a group project they all hated but still showed up for. Derek was literally crowdsourcing ways to make me dump him. Gradually act distant. Pick fights over nothing. Post thirst traps until she leaves. And the grand finale, TikTok might be the move. She never checks it anyway. Reader, my jaw hit the oat milk foam. This man didn't accidentally humiliate me, he scheduled it. Like a dentist appointment, but for emotional root canals. Xavier, to his credit, looked like he wanted to crawl into a vent and live there forever. He confessed Derek had been playing both sides, crying to the guys about how heartbroken he was while still texting Adriana, the gym girl he'd been seeing for months. Xavier even saw them at Chipotle. Truly, no good story ever ends at Chipotle. Fast forward, I decided it was time for my final boss fight. I texted Derek from my real number, we need to talk. Java Hut. 2 p.m. Don't be late. Within 12 seconds, I'll be there. Thank you, Eliana. I love you. Spoiler, he does not, in fact, love me. At Java Hut, he looked weirdly polished, blue button-down I bought him, showered, shaved, the whole sad boy glow-up. He launched into a rehearsed speech about how miserable he's been. I let him monologue for exactly 2 minutes before sliding my phone across the table, screenshots glowing like the Death Star. Me, so, who's Adriana? Him, glitches like a Sims character in a pool with no ladder. What followed was 20 minutes of Olympic-level excuse-making. Adriana was just a friend. He was confused. 3 years is too long to date one person in your 20s. He swore the TikTok was a mistake. He wasn't sorry for hurting me, he was sorry he lost control of the narrative. Translation, I'm only sad because my PR team quit. I hit him with my rehearsed line, I'm not here to get back together. I'm here to tell you I know everything, and I'm done. Don't contact me, my friends, or my family ever again. Cue his final Hail Mary, I broke my lease. I've been staying with my mom. I thought we'd be moving in together next month. For half a second, guilt punched me in the gut. Then I remembered, this man strategized my humiliation in a group chat called Weekend Warriors. So I told him, call Adriana. I'm sure she has room. And I walked out. No tears. No dramatic pause. Just, done. Naturally, Derek proceeded to spam me with 17 texts in 2 hours, shifting from apologetic angry desperate back to apologetic, like a toxic slot machine. I ignored all of it. But then came the plot twist. Adriana texted me. Yes. Adriana. The gym girl. We met for coffee, and it turns out she didn't even know I existed until Derek's pathetic TikTok apology. He told her he was single, that I was a crazy ex who wouldn't let go. Sound familiar? We compared notes for 3 hours. Same lies. Same fake, I love you, texts, sometimes on the same day he was leaving sobbing voicemails for me. By the end, Adriana and I were Instagram mutuals and had plans to hit a wine bar together. Trust issues solidarity, baby. That night, I did the last thing left on my list, blocked Derek everywhere, changed my number, warned my landlord never to let him in. And then I enrolled in that digital marketing certificate I'd been putting off. The money I saved for the apartment we were supposed to share. Yeah, it's funding my future, not his man-child delusions. We even threw a "Goodbye Derek" party. Pizza, cheap wine, dramatic readings of his desperate texts. Toxic? Maybe. Therapeutic? Absolutely. The final kicker. Derek posted a black screen story with "glimpse of us" playing, captioned, "Sometimes you don't know what you have until it's gone." Meanwhile, Adriana sent me screenshots of him asking to hang out that same day. Yesterday marked exactly 40 days since the TikTok. 6 weeks of chaos, and I came out the other side lighter, sharper, free. This morning, I made coffee, sat on my balcony, and watched the sunrise. No tears. No notifications I cared about. Just peace. So yeah. That's the end of the saga. Derek thought he was the director of my humiliation, but really, he was just the clown. And I've already left the circus.